What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rough Life Gaming. That's right, guys. In this video, I'm going to give you the top 10 easiest tunes to beat when it comes to Blitz Sim. Let's blitz smarter, not harder. That being said, please click the like button, click the subscribe button if you haven't already. We do have 2 giveaways currently going on my channel. Check out some of my other videos. That being said, guys, let's jump right on into this. Number 1, Shield Medic. I don't care how strong, attack them. Fight the team. If you see a Shield Medic, Blitz Sim that thing. Go on to it. Number 2, Night Nurse. Again, I don't care how strong she is, fight the team. Elektra. Once again, it doesn't matter how strong, fight the team. Wasp. When it comes to Wasp, she is, however, a lot better than she used to be. That being said, guys, unless she is on her team, fight the team. All right. Number 5, Crossbones. Now, when you see Crossbones, unless he is accompanied by a Baron Zemo, he is not that bad of a tune to fight. He's not going to do his ultimate turn 1. He doesn't have crazy high resistance, so you can always manage to get through his taunts, things like that. So if you see a Crossbones, fight the team. Number 6, Luke Cage. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but when you go through this, you look and see so many of these same tunes are on a lot of these same teams here. When you're looking through it, you're like, wow, the same tunes over and over and over. Luke Cage is one of those tunes. He seems to be sprinkled in all of the Blitz teams throughout, I think, about everybody's game. So, that being said, when you see Luke Cage, now on a defender team, he's a very crucial part of that team. But when you see him without the defenders, he really doesn't do a lot. He will give defense up, so you can account for that defense up. Other than that, again, he's a tank that doesn't have crazy high resistance, so you can manage to steal his taunt or disrupt him. Easy enough, right? So if you see a Luke Cage without his team, fight the team. All right. Now, when it comes to number 7 here, this was something that I was tossing up and I could not decide. And I want to say that it really does pain me to put either of these 2 tunes on this list. The top 10 easiest tunes to beat, I'm like, Wolverine and the Incredible Hulk. 2 of the most iconic Marvel characters of all time. And there's absolute trash in the game when they're solo. Now, both of them, they do have, decent synergy with their teams. And while we all agree that Wave 1 is a lot better than they was before, they are still not the top meta. However, they are a pretty solid team now, especially if you do have that Thor version of the team. So if you see Incredible Hulk without the Avengers, especially the Wave 1 Avengers, you can avoid him. Now, if you do see the Incredible Hulk and there's a really large Thor with him, be cautious. That's all I'm going to say. Now, Wolverine has some strange synergies in the game where, he doesn't only synergize with the Uncanny XMen. He also has, synergy with X-23. He's got some solo synergy with, I think, Colossus, Cyclops. So, all the X-Men kind of go with them. So when you see Wolverine, look out for a company of X-Men beside him. But that being said, if there's no Phoenix, it's not really that big a deal if your team is built properly. Because that's what this Blitz Sim is, guys. It's just about building the proper teams, knowing the turn orders. You can set things up to where you can basically, if you eliminate a tune turn 1, it's going to make the match pretty easy. And I think the AI will just automatically give it to you if you can set it up right. So that being said, guys, number 7, like I said, it was painfully for me, but number 7 is a tie with the Wolverine and Incredible Hulk. So, guys, let me know in the comments, how sad are you that Wolverine is a trash tune in this game? Sabretooth, his brother, his arch nemesis, whatever, is actually better. So, I don't know. Let's make Wolverine great again. Come on. Okay, now, guys, these next few teams... That's right, teams. In the last 3 slots on this list, the number 8, 9, and 10 slots all go to teams. Now, guys, when it comes to Blitz Sim, the number 1 thing you want to do is avoid synergy teams. When I say synergy teams, I just mean teams that are already go together. Their kits are incorporated into each other, like Daredevil and Punisher. You know, Punisher's going to attack when Daredevil gets attacked. Different things like that. You know, you always want to try to avoid fighting or blitz simming against a synergy team. But there are a few exceptions to that rule. And this coming in at the number 8 spot is an exception to the rule. The Defenders. Guys, I don't care. If I have a synergy team, then I'm looking to fight the Defenders. Now, when I'm using like a scrap minions that are at the bottom of my roster, you want to avoid the Defenders because you don't want to run a bunch of villain minions into a Defender team. But any other synergy team, just about, you want to fight the Defenders. If you see them, fight them. All right, let's jump at the number 9 spot. Coming in at the number 9 spot is the Kree. Now, guys, there's about a million different versions of this team, it seems like. But the one thing that's usually always on the team is a Ronin. So if you see a Ronin and a couple of Krees, the only one you kind of have to watch out for is when you see Minerva and Captain Marvel with Ronin. That can be a team that you might lose to occasionally on a blitz sim situation if you're punching up like on 8.3 or something like that. But if you don't see Minerva or Captain Marvel accompanying Ronin, fight the team, guys. It's going to be a nice win for you. Should knock it out fairly simple. Like I said, unless you're running one of those, basically don't run no minion teams or like low-level mashup teams against any of these synergy teams. But if you're running a Defenders or something like that, a low-level team that you use, yeah, fight the Kree. You see the Kree, fight the Kree. All right, coming in at number 10. And this one is painful for me as well. It seems like all of the best Toons from the MCU are just not what they once was in the game, if they were ever that great. Now, before I started playing, I hear a lot of talk of Guardians were a top team, especially when they made like the BKT version of the Guardians with Minerva and Thanos on the team. They were amazing from what I hear, like autoing raids, all that good stuff. But they have fallen from grace, guys. Now, I happen to love Star-Lord myself. I just stopped using him at 7.5. I really loved using like a new version of that BK team, which I call EBBKT, with Black Bolt and Ebony Maw. I just think that team works tremendous in the raids. If you're not on 7.5, check it out. But guys, unless you're running some crazy minion team, again, if your team has synergy, fight the Guardians. If you see the Guardians, fight the Guardians. So there you have it, guys. That's the top 10 weakest Toons or teams that you want to look for when you're doing Blitz Sim. Again, if you see any one of these teams / Toons, it's probably an easy win for your AI. If your team's set up somewhat right at all. But when it comes to blitzing smarter, not harder, finding the weakest Toons to fight isn't the only thing. You want to avoid synergy teams, like I said before, guys. Always avoid certain teams especially. Now, I do have a list here. I'm going to bring that to you. When it comes to Blitz Sim, don't fight the Black Order. Now, if you're not on 8.3, yeah, you might have a chance with your Black Order or whatever. But, guys, it's not worth it losing, dropping down a level, whatever the case may be. So, guys, don't fight the Black Order. Next on the list, I have the Symbiotes. Guys, now you can fight some mix-ups. If it's just 2 or 3 Symbiotes with a couple of trash Toons, that might be a decent win for you, especially if you're using somebody who has blinds, a.k.a. Magneto, Star-Lord, Hawkeye even. You know, you can somewhat beat a couple of the Symbiotes, but if you see all 5 Symbiotes, don't fight them. Just don't do it. Save yourself the heartache, guys. Just don't fight the Symbiotes. It's not an easy win. If nothing else, like I said, you might lose, drop down a tier, so just simply avoid them. Next, I got the XMen. This is another team that, you know what I mean, guys? You pretty much, if you play the game, you know who the top teams are. Those teams that you could take in war and just wipe any other team on defense, don't fight them in Blitz. If you see them in Blitz, don't fight them. And the X-Men is one of those teams, guys. When Phoenix goes dark, there's literally like no toon in the game that's better than Dark Phoenix. So when you see the X-Men, avoid them, especially like if it's a really strong Cyclops. The Cyclops ultimate does so much damage with offense up, and like a full X-Men team, he gets all them charges. It's just not worth it. So guys, don't fight the X-Men. Next on the list, the X Factor, guys. Or I'm sorry, X-Force, not X-Factor, my bad. There's just so many of them nowadays, right? But guys, the X-Force team. X-Force, they dominate war offense. They can pretty much counter anybody but the Black Order. If you're punching way down, yeah, you can't, still beat the Black Order. But guys, they go toe-to-toe with the Marauders, Mercs, anybody you could think of, they could pretty much wipe out. Hydra, Shield, they're pretty much the number one war offense team aside from Black Order, because Black Order pretty much unfortunately rules everything, and I for one am a little tired of Black Order. But that being said, guys, if you see the X-Force team, while you can beat them sometimes with the right team comp, it's dicey. It's not an easy win, and we are looking for easy wins when it comes to this Blitz sim, because it's not about the amount of fights isn't everything. It's the amount of wins you get, Now, yeah, you could just keep doing that, but guys, Blitz smart. Don't fight these toons like this. So, last but not least is the Asgardians. Guys, when you see the Asgardians, don't fight them. They're another team that they are just set up very well, and they're actually made for the AI. Any team that's amazing on war defense, you're going to want to avoid, a.k.a. the Marauders. I didn't get a chance to put the Marauders on here. They was an honorable mention. I just never came across them when I was making this video. Not once did I come across a full Marauders team for my Blitz sim. But I do see a lot of Asgardian teams. And guys, I choose not to fight the Asgardian teams. There's only one matchup that you want to fight Asgard with, and that is the Symbiotes. If you fight Asgard with the Symbiotes, but guys, even on 8.3, I probably lose 2 out of 5 with the Symbiotes to Asgard. I mean, it's not an easy win. And that's, again, guys, I can't stress this enough. We are looking for easy wins. That's why I made this list. Hopefully it helps some people out there. You see the toons that you want to attack and the toons you want to avoid here. Another honorable mention I did find was the Brotherhood. Now, why the Brotherhood? They're not, the very top meta. They are a hard team to get by. Now, this is OG Brotherhood here, but the one with the Blob and Toad is even more dangerous. So when you see Magneto, don't fight Magneto. Be cautious. Avoid him. Unless you have a turn 1 cleanse, avoid him. But even then, you're going to be bunched up, and you're going to be getting a lot of other debuffs placed on you from Pyro, Blob, so on and so forth. So, guys, that's the list I have for you guys. I hope it helps. Maybe send this out to some of your friends. Maybe it can help them. The top 10 toons to look for when doing Blitz Sim. Remember, guys, fight Shield Medic. Just playing. But till next time, guys, stay safe.